So the Bible records that Jesus was looked down upon because of a few reasons. Some of those reasons include the fact that he was a carpenter and also the son of a carpenter. And he was from Nazareth. And people thought, oh, what good could ever come out of Nazareth? Nothing good ever comes out from there. Another reason was because people were familiar with his family and there was nothing spectacular about his family. People knew James, they knew Joseph, they knew Judah, and they knew Simon, and they thought, nothing, really good can come out of this family. Now, that right there shows you that if people can limit Jesus because of maybe his profession or because of his background, then how much more you? Don't be surprised when people limit you, but you're much more than what people think about you. Let's get back to Jesus. So that there is a mistake people make even up to this day and point in time. We only see Jesus through certain views or lenses. Yes, he's our provider. Yes, he's our deliverer. Yes, he's our waymaker. But he's so much more than that. Now, when Jesus Christ walked the face of the earth, he modeled to us various roles that we can actually simulate as well to implement and become successful in whatever we do. And one of such roles is as an entrepreneur. Now, in today's video, we're going to be looking at how Jesus modeled the role of an entrepreneur and what we can do to follow that same process to be successful entrepreneur. Who then is an entrepreneur? Well, to me, an entrepreneur is someone who creates something of value with little or nothing, using what is around them to create that value. So how then did Jesus model the role of an entrepreneur whilst he was, walking the face of the earth? Well, of the 37 miracles that he performed whilst he was on earth, was it a coincidence that the very first miracle he performed at the wedding in Canaan models how Jesus Christ performed the role of an entrepreneur? Well, in summary, Jesus was able to successfully turn water into wine using what was around him at the time. He used 6 jars and water. And with that, he was able to successfully turn water into wine. So each and every day of our lives, when we experience carpenters turning wood to furniture, they're actually performing miracles. When we see doctors healing patients, they're actually performing miracles with the use of medical processes and instruments. When we see chefs who are making delicious meals from raw agricultural produce, they're actually performing miracles. When we see engineers who are developing new infrastructure and processes, they're actually performing miracles. Even if it's something that seems mundane but is adding value, you're actually performing a miracle because you're using what is around you and you're turning that thing into something of value. That there goes to show that miracles do happen every day of our lives, and we should be thankful about that. Another example of Jesus Christ showing us how to be entrepreneurs happened in Luke 5 verse 1 to 11 when he was preaching near the sea in Galilee. Now Jesus Christ began to feel the pressure of crowds pressing towards him. So what he immediately did was to look around to see what was available, and he noticed 2 boats out in the sea. What he immediately did was to go out into one of the boats. That there gave him more room to be able to preach to the crowd from a distance. Another characteristic which he displayed whilst he was out on the sea was that he encouraged Simon, the fisherman, to be more persistent, even in the face of failure. Now, Simon had been fishing all day and had complained to Jesus that he didn't catch anything, but Jesus encouraged him to cast his net out one more time. And when he did that, he caught so much fish that he alone was unable to bring everything back on board. That there displayed to Simon that being persistent, even in the face of failure, is another major characteristic of an entrepreneurial spirit, which Jesus Christ showed us at the sea in Galilee. Another example of Jesus Christ displaying his entrepreneurial spirit happened when he fed the 5,000 and also when he fed the 4,000. Now, with the 5,000, all he had was 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And with that, he was able to feed 5,000 men by multiplying those 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Mind you, the numbers did not include women and children. So the numbers that he fed were actually much more than 5,000. The same also applies for 4,000 that he fed. He had only 7 loaves of bread and a few fish. Again, the numbers he fed were actually more than the 4,000. So these example goes to show us that Jesus Christ modeled for us various entrepreneurial capabilities that he had and he currently has, and we also have. Now, if the same spirit that raised Jesus Christ from the dead is living inside of you and is living inside of me, that means that we also have these same entrepreneurial capabilities, right? Now, if we're not doing anything about it, what we need to do is to believe in the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross. And that way we can actually deploy our entrepreneurial capabilities. Now, the Bible also reminds us that these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name, they will cast out demons. They will trample upon snakes. They will drink poison and nothing will happen to them. They will speak in new tongues. They will lay their hands on the sick and they will be healed. In every industry and every sector and every field all around the world, miracles are happening every day. And that is because people are using little or nothing and they're creating value from these things. Musicians are creating value from beats. They're creating music. Engineers are creating value from raw materials. Chefs are creating value. So all you need to do is to believe in the finished work of Jesus Christ. If people who don't even believe in Christ are performing these miracles, how much more believers, right? So once again, thank you for watching Generational Wealth TV. I hope we've been able to enlighten ourselves as to the entrepreneurial side of Jesus Christ that is in us. And I pray that we go out there and do what we need to do to live entrepreneurial lives. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.